It's coffee time. Today was my first technical day off, so I've got 2 weeks of days off, which is pretty awesome, but I decided that I was going to absolutely use these 2 weeks, aside from, when the live stream was happening, absolutely going to use these 2 weeks to get my home in order. Like, finally pick up all of my frame stuff and put those up. Finally get my kitchen all set up. Finally do all the rest of my laundry. Like, just get everything done, you know? So today I mopped. I did good for the first day. Today I mopped. I broke down some boxes. I went to the bank. I did stuff. I feel very good about this. So we're off to a productive beginning. And I moved the cat tree that was like over here. I moved it right next to the window because I miss when, like, and I'm sure Sherlock misses it too, when, like, Sherlock was able to just sit on his cat tree and look out the window and see stuff happening. So, like, since I face the street here, like, this is where the street is, so if I go out onto my patio, it's just street. Um, the cats haven't really been able to have anything to look at because all of the other windows face other apartments. So I put the cat tree right there, and the whole day they were sitting on top of it staring out there. So I really need to finish the patio too, because on the patio, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, I think I did, but I want the patio to be fenced off so they can be out there, but they won't like leave, so they can be out in the fresh air and be able to see things really well, and I'll have like whatever patio furniture I want out there, but then also like another cat tree and things like that. I think that would be really awesome. So that's another thing that I want to try and figure out, but it's only, 2 weeks feels like so long, and I know that it's suddenly going to be the end of the second week, and it's going to blow my mind. I'll be like, what? How did this happen? So, oh my gosh, but yesterday, Jeannie came over, and I was still working on news. And she said, don't worry about it, I'm just bored, I'll hang out while you're working on news. And I was like, okay, so I'm still like editing. And I finished up, and she goes, you know what I think we could both use? I was like, what? She goes, a pedicure. And I haven't had a pedicure in forever. So I immediately said, yes, that sounds amazing. And then I said, you know what? I actually haven't had a manicure in years, like in so long, but my fingers could use it because I like bite at them all the time. And she was like, okay, let's go get mani pedis. And I was like, yeah, let's go get mani pedis. So we looked up a place that has good reviews, and we went, and it was like the best decision in the world. I felt so, because they put you, well, depending on the place, but like the two places that I've ever had pedicures at, they put you in a chair that massages you. So you're in like a massage chair with your feet in warm water while it's like spraying jets at your feet, and your feet just feel amazing. And then there's like one person working on your hands, making your hands look beautiful, and then one person working on your feet, making your feet look beautiful. And it was just like, this is so great. It's so nice. And I got gel nails actually. So jazzed because you guys and people in my family have all said, why haven't you gotten gel nails? They're the perfect thing for you because I chip my nails so easily. So my mom especially is a huge fan of gel nails, and when I went in there, the lady asked if I wanted to try them, and I said sure. And it was a little bit more expensive, but I've wanted to try them for a while, so I said sure. Not on my toes, but just on my hands. And she was like, okay. And they happened just as fast as like Jeannie's regular nails, so that was nice. But they're so, oh my gosh, they feel so great. And like this will keep me from biting at my fingers. Ah, and they're green. Ah, I love them. The girl who was doing my nails actually, she was like, oh, you want this color? And I said, yeah, I want the green. And she goes, no one ever picks this color, and it's like my favorite. And I was like, yay! So when she was putting it on, she was like, it's so pretty, right? Isn't it so pretty? And I was like, it is. It's very pretty. I like it a lot. But the other thing is that the last manicure that I had, they kind of like they did my cuticles and stuff, but they didn't even out my nails. Like they cleaned up my hands and my nails and everything, but they didn't even them out. And at this place, what are you playing with? What are you playing with? I can't reach. Oh, got it. Aha. She's probably gonna follow me up here. At this place, they were like, "Do you want square nails or round nails?" And I was like, round. She went, okay, do you want them shorter or do you want them all like about the same like they are now? It's like, shorter. She goes, okay. And my nails look amazing. I'm just like, they'll never look this nice again for the rest of my life. And the guy, okay, so there was a dude working on my feet, which I felt so bad for him. I was like, just so you know, it's gross down there. And he was like, don't worry, I got this. I was like, okay. So at one point, because one of the parts, if you hate feet, be prepared to be grossed out. One of the parts of getting a pedicure is they like get all of the dead skin off of your foot, right? Like if you ever feel the bottom of your foot and it just feels like harsh and gross down there, they like try to get as much of that clumped up skin off as they can. So this guy like put this weird gel all over my feet and let it sit for a couple of seconds and then started scrubbing them. And at one point he stood up to get a better angle on it to just like scrub, and there was so much dead skin coming up. I was like, oh, gross. It's so nasty. But now my feet look great and my hands look great. I'm so happy. It's so nice. It's a good present for myself. Huh. I don't want you playing with this either. I'm gonna get rid of this. Ugh. Today I found out that Watson is obsessively interested in raspberries, but has no desire to eat them. I had raspberries that I was eating this morning, and she kept coming over and shoving her face in the raspberries, like just wanted them on her face. And I was like, stop it, because she didn't want to eat them. I tried to like give her one to be like, here, you want to try one? Here's a raspberry. And she kept like sniffing it and batting it around, and then was disinterested and went back to the rest of the raspberries. And I was like, what? And I tried even separating her from the other raspberries to be like, look, this is a raspberry for you. Here you go. And she was just like, mm. But I guess she likes the smell of them? I don't know. I don't know what it is. She's a silly girl. But I made sure, I went online first. I was like, are raspberries bad for cats? And the people were basically saying, well, I mean, cats are carnivores, so it might make her poop a little weird. It's like, people feed their cats watermelon, like, on the daily. It's whatever. So I let her try a raspberry, and she legit just, like, sniff, like, left it alone. I was like, okay, guess you don't want raspberries. Good to know. What was it that she did eat the other day, though? Oh, because I made spaghetti squash a couple of nights ago, which is delicious, by the way. I made spaghetti squash a couple of nights ago, and I had put the seeds in a bowl to, like, did I already talk about this? I can't remember. I put the seeds in a bowl because a couple of you had said, hey, you can treat them just like pumpkin seeds, and you can, like, bake them and then eat them. I was like, oh, that's awesome. I've never tried to do that before. So I put them in a bowl so that I could wash them off later and do that. And she's figured out how to get on the counter now. So she gets on the counter and knocks the bowl over. Thank God it was one of my plastic bowls. Knocks the bowl over onto the ground, and there are just spaghetti squash seeds everywhere. It's like, but she kept trying to eat the spaghetti squash is the reason why I brought that up. She was like obsessively trying to eat the spaghetti squash. I was like, stop it. Stop it. Why do you want this? You're so weird. I'm populating my list for the live stream of like people. I sent out a huge email being like, hey, anybody who can show up even for just a few minutes, please RSVP. And I got quite a few RSVPs, more than I expected. So that was exciting. And then, what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, tonight I'm taking Angie out for dinner because I missed her birthday because I was sick. So I was like, I'm going to take you to dinner and give you a present. She was like, okay. So we're going to grab dinner tonight. And I'm trying to get Always Remember Me up, the next part. I'm putting up 2 Always Remember Me's today because I feel so bad that I keep uploading the wrong part by accident. I don't know why that happens. It's so frustrating. Like, in the okay, so when you open up Premiere, let me take you through the process. When you open up Premiere, you have, you know, the timeline of, like, everything that you're working on. So what I do is I split up all the pieces, split them all up, And then I make it so that it's just surrounding one section at a time. I highlight that section, and then I put it in my queue on the Adobe Bridge. And so then it's like, here's your queue, here are all of the pieces, and I double check that it's like the right amount of time, and it's the right area of the timeline, and then I hit start, and then it exports all of them at once. But for some reason, with Always Remember Me, it's the only one that this has happened with. With Always Remember Me, for some reason, it exports two of the same file. And it's always two of the second file. It's like it completely disregards the first one. And it's so confusing to me. I don't know why it happens, but it makes me sad. Anyhow, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna mop my kitchen a second time because I think that I missed, like, there was like the leftovers that I'm pretty sure were there. But I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Mwah.